Hey you guys, what's up? So this is Anjali here, back on my YouTube channel, and I know it's been a really long time. You guys have been asking me to make videos. It's just a little hectic with work going on and stuff. So yes, I'm here today to talk about something you guys have been asking me to talk about, and that would be living in Bombay. What is the cost of living and finding places to live for newcomers who maybe you just finished your education and you're moving here for modeling or for your office job or something, and you're looking for a decent place to stay. So what's the best areas? Where do you get good rates? What are the tips and tricks? And how do people treat newcomers here in Bombay? So I've been here now for like 7 years. I came in 2016, so I have seen pretty much a lot of North Bombay, a bit of the mid, but I never stayed in the south. But I would say I have a lot of experience in living here. So to the actual Mumbaikars watching this, I mean, you would know better than me, but as a newcomer, what is my experience? I can tell you guys that. So to start off, I think you should check if you are moving to Bombay, not Mumbai. If you are moving to Mumbai, you should check which area you are going to be working the most. So if you're a model watching this, I'm going to gear this more towards models because that's half of my people watching. But if you have an office job or normal job, you can take this information as well. So if you're a model moving to Mumbai, most of the shoots happen in the Andheri West or Andheri area. So how it works is Mumbai is like a long strip across the sea, and we literally have two sides of Bombay. There's the west side and the east side, and we even have a train connecting the full Mumbai. So the more south that you go, I'll try to get a map here on the side if I can. So the more south that you go in Bombay, the prices get higher for rent. Now everyone says, oh, Bombay is an expensive city and you know, it's really expensive. Guys, it is very expensive. So if you have your own apartment, and it can be the ugliest place you find on the internet with, you know, those old stone floors and Indian toilets, old toilets, plastic doors on the washroom, you name it, bad plumbing, bad neighbors, animals in your building, whatever, you know, old lifts that don't work, no lift at all, just stairs. I mean, there's crazy places here, especially for newcomers. But those flats, the really dingy, questionable ones, and people who come from really, you know, maybe not so metropolitan cities, like I come from Bangalore, and our flats are beautiful with space, balconies, rent is pretty reasonable. You come here and you're like, what am I seeing? You get this pigeon kind of square house, like really tiny space, like oof, so tiny. Not even 900 square feet is my flat. So you get 350 square feet, which is tiny, 200 square feet, a one-room kitchen apartment, and those are still expensive. So one-room kitchens in a far area away from town here cost like 14,000 rupees, and that's like your bed is in the living room and your kitchen is there, and that is the flat. So imagine that for 14,000. It's just a lot. So the basic rent of a one BHK over here would be starting at 30,000, especially for areas like Andheri. In the middle of Bombay, it's like starting 30,000, 25,000 is cheap, and you will get a bad space in 25,000. So starting 28, 30,000, and prices just keep going up. So as a single person, a bachelor, a working man or woman, you come here and you're like, oh my God, that's a lot of money to just spend on rent. Then I have food, I have bills, I have, you know, my little outings and my dinners and my shopping, and it just gets a lot. Trust me, I know, I've been here for a long time. So yeah. So starting off, let's start with the map of Bombay. I think that's going to help you. I'll really try to get it on the side here. So the map of Bombay is a long strip. So starting at the very north part, we have Borivali, and these very northern places are quite cheap. So cheaper, but I'll tell you the catch. There is a catch. So we have Borivali, Malad, Kandivali. I'm just literally counting it from the local train, because if you take the local train, you just come to know all the names. So the more south that you come in Bombay, the prices start going a little up. So Borivali, Kandivali, Malad, then you have all these tiny ones, Jageshri and Oshiwara, and these tiny ones. Then you get Andheri. So Andheri West has a lot of modeling, a lot of auditions. All the fashion work happens around Andheri pretty much. And Andheri East is where all the corporates and whatever offices and stuff is in. Andheri East, Goregaon West, Malad West is a lot of the corporate sector of Bombay. Of course, if you're going really high-end corporate, that would be BKC, Lower Parel and all that. But it sounds confusing, but just see the map of Bombay once and you'll come to know. So the more north that you go, the cheaper it's going to be in your rent. Then after Andheri, we have Bandra, which is a very fancy area. So rents in Bandra, guys, start at like 55,000. That is the rent for a normal ugly 2 BHK. And I'm saying ugly because I'm a Bangalore girl and our flats are so beautiful in Bangalore. Take me back. But anyway, no, I'm very happy to be here. But Bandra rent starts at like 55,000 kind of, and a normal decent flat is like 80,000 bucks in Bandra, and you literally get 1 lakh, 2 lakh a month rent as well if you want sea facing or something. So just crazy. So if you don't want to spend, don't stay in Juhu or Bandra or anywhere south of Bandra, because you are going to be crying every time it comes to pay your rent. So when I came here, first I stayed with my family. So we stayed in Kandivali and Malad. And those areas, yes, they were kind of peaceful. So I'm coming off the map topic now. So Kandivali and Malad are very much in the north. But what I noticed is that they were more of family areas. So there's a lot of kids, schools, parks. It's a little greener. There's street food. The streets are like good to walk around sometimes. And yeah, it's just more of like a homey vibe. So you don't get the rush and the struggle of coming more towards the south of Bombay. Like you find nice, peaceful areas in Kandivali and Malad. But I'm going to touch on all the subjects here, guys. So if you're a young person and you want to party, you want to go out at night, you want to call friends and have house parties, Kandivali and Malad neighbors will give you a problem, because they are more of the old people, the moms, the dads with kids, and they're like, whoa, why are all these young people partying and playing music? So, Kandivali, Malad, unless you're in some, society that doesn't mind, they will judge you a lot if you want to party, have music, dress up, dress in short clothes and skirts and crop tops. They might have a problem. Like I have had a few instances where aunties were, gossiping and stuff, and I was just wearing shorts and I was like, yeah, okay, but forget it. So anyway, I did stay there. It was a little cheaper, and I'm saying cheaper, guys, because this video is especially for you guys who are coming as bachelors, as newcomers, as models. And Bombay is a city of strugglers. It's a city of dreams. It's expensive. So if you want to be pocket friendly, I'm just showing you the ways to do that and the kind of tips on that. So anyway, coming off that, I don't have much time to film because I have to go out for work. So coming off that topic, what happened when I was staying in Kandivali and Malad in the north side of Bombay was that all my work was happening in the south side, so in Andheri. Now the distance from Malad to Andheri is like 45 minutes with traffic. So if you want to go for a shoot, ooh, that's bad. And if you're going for auditions every day, I ended up spending a lot in rickshaws. So sometimes I would take a sharing rickshaw or the local train in the beginning of my journey, because there was no way I could shell out, 400, 500 bucks every day in rickshaws, because the journey from Malad to Andheri is like 45 minutes with traffic. So yeah, that was not working for me. So if you think, oh, I'm going to save money by staying in the north side of Bombay, but your work is in the south side, you will end up spending a lot in transport. So your transport could be 5,000-6,000 a month. So what I realized when I shifted from my family's house, I was like, you know what, it's useless for me to struggle so much with the traffic and traveling from north to south for my work. So let me try staying more in the middle of Bombay, and then, you know, all my work is right around me. So I knew that all the auditions happen in Andheri West. So I was like, literally at that time, they used to happen in this part of Andheri called Versova, that's near the sea. So I was like, I'm gonna stay smack 2 minutes away from all of my auditions so that I don't have to spend on transport. So literally I did that. You get these things called paying guests. So basically you're not giving a ton of down payment, you're not giving a ton of rent, you have a bed, you have a cupboard, you have a common washroom and common kitchen, and you're maybe sharing the house with 4 or 5 people. So at that time I was just 22, 23. I was like, let's rough it. I came here to make a name for myself. I'm not gonna spend and be all prim and proper and, oh no, I can't do this, I can't do that. I was like, I'm gonna rough it. So I remember staying with this Jain auntie. She was very sweet. She had a nice safe flat in Versova. So I think if you guys are looking for a flat, even if it's a paying guest, you know, with other girls or guys, so your paying guest should have only girls or only guys. You don't want a flat that has a mix of guys and girls, because that can be shady AF. So yeah, I had a flat with only girls, and of course these paying guests have a lot of restrictions for safety. So there's no guys allowed, there's no friends allowed, there's no parties allowed in your flat. But I got a flat where I was allowed to come back at any time. So I still had my party life going on, you know. I could visit my friends, I could party till 3 a.m, get my little key, come inside, sleep, and auntie won't mind. Auntie was very sweet. So yeah, that was the great part of staying there, and all my work was right around there. So I got a good deal, and I can tell you guys how much I was paying over there. So this flat had, well, 5 or 6 people living in a 2-bedroom technically, which, yeah, it can be uncomfortable, but if it's just 1 year and you're starting out, why not? So this flat, I was 21, 22. I was paying 8,000 of rent, and I had put 1 month's deposit of rent with the auntie. So 8,000 a month, and with my extra I was partying, with my extra I was shopping, with my extra I was going for auditions. So as a very young person, it's like, yeah, why not? I can do it. So even some of you guys who are going to office, or if you're a foreigner in Bombay and you pick up a paying guest or hostel, it's not a bad option, but you just can't do parties or get people into your apartment. So yeah, so I did that twice. Then from there I shifted a little more into Andheri, because Versova is too much on the beach, and you know, I had to keep the airport in mind as well. So I always stayed around the airport and, you know, around my work. So then I shifted to another paying guest just before the lockdown, and we had like 4 people in the flat. So that was a bit better. But still, you know, these people, they try to use your stuff, they try to get into your cupboard, you have to lock your cupboard every time you leave, just annoying stuff like that. One girl was calling guys into her room and saying, hey, it's my uncle, let him inside, and you know, stuff like that. So of course I had a problem and I reported her. But yeah, if you go into a paying guest, be aware that you have to deal with all these people. But I was just so focused on my work. I was like, I'm gonna rough it for 1 or 2 years. So I literally did that. And you know, then I had a singing job on the side, I had my modeling. So there my rent was around 12,000, 15,000, and it was easy to, you know, pay that. Not easy, but doable to pay that, to still manage my gym, my shopping, my auditions, etc. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I will show you the map of Bombay. So I think the most pocket-friendly way to live here, if you are a newcomer, a new office person or something, is get a flat that you are sharing with someone. And you know, a sharing flat can go from 7,000 to 20,000 to 25,000, let's say. So depending on where your budget is in these two, you can live quite comfortably, have your personal life, have everything going on, and still do your work. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I have to run to work. That was a little bit of insight on life in Bombay. And do stay tuned for another video where I'm going to talk about how it is if you get your own flat. I moved into my own 2 BHK here in Andheri West, and it was so tough to find a place as a bachelor, as a single woman. Oh my God, so that's a new story I'm gonna tell you guys. But I hope this helped those newcomers of you who are coming here for modeling or for work, and I love you guys so much. thanks for watching my channel. We have 5K people now on this channel, and I know it's gonna grow. So good luck on all your endeavors here in Mumbai. And it's not an easy city. It's the city of dreams. You have to work your butt off, but it's a really beautiful and wonderful place. Bye guys, thanks for watching, and that's all for today.